I'll try and move around and I'll try and keep out the way as I'm demonstrating, because my hands never leave my body at all times. So I keep in the length here, and this will be part of the guide. So I understand where I am. Visually, I know that's where I want to be. So I'm going to start in the front, and I need to make a guide and understand the angle that I need to go to get to this length. I'm going to the heavier side. I put the part slightly off center, and I'm moving to the heavier side. I know I need to get the heavier side done first. Why? Because if I do the shallow side first, I get bored halfway around and think, oh God, I got a lot to do. I have psychological problems, so I want to make sure I do the heavy side first. I want to make what we call the fringe, or over here you say the bangs. The first time I came to America, to New York, and heard the word bangs and a shag, I thought, all right, hey, America, I'm staying here, you know. But then I soon learned it's nothing like that. Anyway, I go in from the hairline internal 1 to 1.5 inches in my section, and I take that section out because of the curvature of the head out towards the corner of the eye, because in fact the corner of the eye will show me where the profile of the right side starts. If I move this hair out the way and I lift this hair up and drop it, does it fall close enough to the eye to frame it? Because I think if the hair is closer to her eyes look big, but as soon as I move the hair away from her eyes, the eye gets smaller, simply because there's more skin area to look at. But if the hair falls into here, this area, that's where I want it to be. So this becomes the part that we call the fringe, the bangs, or whatever you want to call them. Okay. I comb the hair forward of the lady's face because I only want to take hair out of the front. I don't want to take it out of the side. So if you don't want to take hair out of an area, my tip is this: don't go there. Pull the hair from there, but don't go there. I'll comb the hair forward. Oh, before I start, somebody did ask me a little earlier that we do have a book. I have a book of all the universal language tool, all about it, and every one of you, if you want, you will get one for free, okay?
Wow.
Of course, you have to get your own cover. I'm just giving you the paperwork on it. So I pull the hair forward of the lady's face and I measure. How do I measure? I measure down to the tip of the lady's nose with my second finger, but I also elevate up to make sure it's 90-degree angle coming from the hairline. And naturally, it's starting to go down because of the curvature of the head, and I'm in a geometric form of cutting. My angle of my fingers will be a 45 away from the length of the volume I wish to keep on the edge of the front of the right side. I pull the hair forward, I comb, because combing is the most important. Cutting is just removing the hair. Combing is placing it where you need for the design. Tip of the lady's nose up, and I turn my fingers away from the 45, and when in doubt, whack it out and find out. And always throw length to the back so she can't see. She looks at me, oh no, what have I got myself into? And I cut a straight line, or if you want to, feathered line, whatever you want to call it. Then I comb the hair over just to check and see, because her hairline grows fairly well down, and I can now tell that this hair, because of the way that I've placed the weight and the volume within that piece of hair, will move casually to the side and will always be able to frame her eye. It works every time on any one, okay?
Do you always have the part in that spot?
No, I don't. Sometimes I put it in the middle. Sometimes the reason I would put it in the middle is so that I can alternate whenever she feels like it. I wanted it off-center. It felt more comfortable for me to put it there. But you don't have to. You can put it totally opposite if you wish. It becomes your choice on that moment, okay? Now I'm going to take this as the guide, if you remember, to come internal of the volume. Actually, I'm going internal of the volume on the outer density of the hair. Outer density means the hair you can see, not the hair you cannot see underneath. I take the next section. I take as much as I can. I won't be done with this haircut in 15 minutes because I'm explaining it as I go, so forgive the timing. I comb the hair out and up, and I stand on the opposite side of the head because I know me. If I'm over there, I'll take hair from there. So I lay my hand down so I don't alter the part, because the part is part of the design. Part of the design. That means I'm going to end up with the part there at the end of the design. It's not a section. So I don't want to lose the part and then having to keep going back and finding it, because then I keep changing the part and realizing I'm doing something that I have not control of the hair. Keeping the hair moist and wet gives me more control. I have cut hair with, and they said, what about dry hair? Do you cut hair with dry? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's just that this gives me more control of what I'm doing. I comb the hair up and over, place my fingers into the hair, comb it and wrap it around the head shape. I move the chair around to show you. And this is the hair, as you can see, that I cut from the front. That becomes my guide. You can choose any one of those lengths as the guide for you to go internal of the volume. I know I wish to keep this hair down long, so I know my angle already is about a 45 from the front to the back. About, because I haven't got a protractor, it's my visualness from my balance tool that I have in here, the same as you all have. I comb the hair, make sure I don't pick up any hair from this side of the head. Comb it up and over the head shape, make sure she keeps her head in the upright position and where I want it to be, because I've done so many times a bob and I think it's real straight and then she puts her head up and it's like that. So be very aware of the head. I'm sure we've all done that, no? Come on, don't lie to Bushy. I comb the hair up and over and I look for the guide. I'm going to choose the end one, the end and the last piece, and when in doubt, whack it out and find out. And again, throwing the long hair to the back so she can't see. Put the hair back, don't lose the part. I took it from that side, I put it back to that side. You can use a clip if you wish. I try not to, more things in front of me, too visual. Too many things in my way. Now I go to the bevel of the head and the back of the ear, which is the last section within the front top right curvature called a plane. I'm on the front, in the top, on the right. It's not a complicated language. And I'd go from the bevel of the head to the back of the ear. Section down, take this piece. And when I say the back of the ear, I mean the piece that connects to the head, not the flap. Combing the hair up and over, using a large part of the comb so I don't pull on the hair. Take the piece that I previously cut, put that with it, lay my hand down and put it over. Comb the hair up and over and around the head shape. Use the fine part of the teeth of the comb to actually clarify all of the strands as much as I can to the area of cutting. Seems like a lot of hair to hold. Yes, it is. More hair I hold, the quicker I can get the job done. If all the hair is coming to one position to be cut, then why can't I pull it to one position and cut it? Lots of little sections makes lots of little straight lines, not the same one. And we constantly have to check it then. So I want to make it as one line as much as I can. Hair up and around, over the head shape. And notice the angle that I'm holding the hair, meaning it's still a 90 this way. So my over direction till the hair touches the head shape. Then I look at my angle in my fingers. This angle, okay? Comb it into my hand. Your hand is your workbench. And you lay it on your hand, and when in doubt, whack it out and find out. Put the hair back. Now I'm going to go into the back. Ask the lady to tuck her chin in, and if you know her well, and the other one, and the other one.
I know, I didn't even get that.
And by the way, now the head is down, it leaves the occipital to be the highest point in the back when you've got a head down. So to find the division in the back is I comb the hair as straight as my eye will tell me, and then push the hair up. And as you push the hair up, it starts to break for you. Guess where? Down the middle. So it gives you two equal halves. I'm not interested in making a straight line in the back. How many of you can run through a forest in a straight line? I'd like to see you do that. So you can't. So don't be intent on this straight line. It's just a division to break up the hair so that it'll come back together anyway. And you break it up as even as you can. Now you can see I'm going to be working on the top, back, right curvature here. And I'm going to do what I did at the front, 1.5 inches to go into that area. I'll do 1 to 1.5 inches in here. Comb this hair out the way so I don't pick up any hair from the opposite side, because I've done that and I've made mistakes. Combing that hair just a little bit at a time, not a lot. Divide it off, pull the hair out the way. Take this piece up and over and around the head shape. Again, standing on the opposite side. Take a little piece from what I previously cut here. as my guide. I try and take equal in the mounts so that I have equal in my line. Comb the hair gradually over to the opposite side. Hold it into my hand like I would a ponytail at first so I don't pick up any hair from the opposite side. I know I repeat myself, but we need to do that sometimes. Comb the hair up and over. I'm still 90 from my bird's eye view, which is a down view. I'm not doing any other lateral than the 90. My elevation is 90 as well. Comb the hair to that one standing still position with my hand. Look at the hair length and guide, and when in doubt,
Whack it out.
that's right. Remember, you can't make mistakes, you just discover capabilities you didn't know you had. Now I comb the hair again, taking maybe a bigger section this time, as much as my hand will control or hold, because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I want to get her done, get her out. I've got Mrs. Jones coming in 10 minutes, and you know what she's like. She's always complaining if I'm a minute late. You seem to all have a Mrs. Jones. Turn the show around so you can see. Now, as you can see, as I'm going lower down the head, I'm beginning to reach almost the guide that I was aiming for. With the hair back, I always twist it and put it back so I don't lose any of this. Now I'm going to the widest part of the head in the back profile called the occipital bone. And I go across the occipital bone to the back top of the ear, which is the last section I will be cutting, because everything else will be lower and will not reach my cutting position. And remember what I said earlier? If it doesn't reach it, it's next to the hair that does, so therefore it already blends. Next to in the dictionary says a blend of things. So you can't blend any better than what the hair already is. If things are next to one another, or the roots are next to one another, so it grows blended. All we do is de-blend and reblend, but you can never blend. Combing the hair up and over, and as you can see, I'm running out of hair to cut. She says, thank God for that, didn't you? I heard you. Yes, I have. Just a smidgen to come off. A smidgen is a little bit. Look it up in the dictionary. Put the hair back. Now we'll comb it down and see what kind of a mess I made, shall we? I've got my